good, mate?
Hey man, what's going on? Good morning.
Yeah, not much, bro. Not much, bro.
Yeah man, markets are a little slow today.
Yeah, yeah. This morning was quite tough. Couldn't see anything. It was one of those days. I think I missed an entry hold, but then I had to wait really until pre New York to find a decent trade, which I took not too long before you just came on. So
Would you take it on?
worked out really well. Sorry.
Would you take it on? What pair?
Gold, gold.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So yeah, so went long on gold just a minute ago. Well, not a minute ago, probably I don't know, quarter to 12 my time. So I'm not sure what that would be your time, but yeah, it worked out really well actually. It's just a shame because it's one of those where you wish you had the confidence to hold your full position the whole way, but secured about 10, 12 pips and stop loss at break even, and then came back down. But yeah, it's all good. I was waiting for this, which you're looking at now, which is the breakout of this range on GJ, and just not sure which way it's going to go, or if it will go today. You know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm hoping that we'll see some kind of action before 9:30 Eastern. But if not, I'm gonna assume that it will probably end up coming with London close, maybe 10 a.m. Eastern, 10:30 a.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Eastern. I've seen some nice moves at those times in the past. Recently too, like London close has been pretty volatile, um, but yeah, I mean, based on like higher time frames, I mean, I'm expecting it to go bullish.
Yeah.
Kind of just because like these, the daily, based on like what Raja always says about candle structure, like we had small candles, they got bigger and then massive and then really small, and now this one has created a lower wick and it's going up now, so to me it looks like buys are going to be more favorable on the daily, and then if we come to 4 hour, kind of similar situation where price has come up. This 4 hour candle here was, kind of small. This one, a little bit bigger, obviously. And then this one, this could potentially be lower wick to continue up. But at the same time, there's a strong 4 hour resistance right here. So to your point, it really could go either way. And I mean, obviously with the ranging market, that's pretty much what the situation is always going to be. It's always going to break one way or the other, so but yeah, I'm just looking for break and close above this area for buys. This is a pretty solid range right here, and then obviously above is nice and clean. But just like based on news and stuff, who knows, you don't really know.
Yeah, I was thinking the same actually, bro. When looking at that range this morning before you're in London, I was thinking based on the higher time frames, it looks bullish, but it's difficult to say. I think so many times I've thought that, especially GJ, and then it'll just dumb.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and I think that's why like ultimately like price action's definitely king here. Just got to figure out where candles are going to start printing. But I mean, I think like either way, like if we see a break and close either above or below, it's going to continue that direction. I'm pretty positive, at least enough to catch a trade.
Yeah, I was looking at that small. Well, it's about a 30 pip range, isn't it? That one just above there.
Yeah, I believe so. Yep. Yeah, because it's funny. It looks small, but it's like, oh, okay. Now 41 pips.
Yeah,
Yeah, 40 pips.
Yeah, I think that just shows the volatility we've had on GJ recently, where it's been the candle sizes, they look small, but when you measure the range, it's huge.
Yeah, the volatility has been insane.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. You can see during sort of London, you see where it threatened to get above that range and then close above, but came back down. So I had my eye on it, but it didn't do it. held off on those impulse entries as well because it just didn't feel like. I think when it's in range, like Raja said, I like to wait for a closure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a break and close is definitely going to be key here.
If I go silent all of a sudden, it's because I've taken a work call or something. So if I don't reply, that'll be why.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. No problem. What's going on, man? How you doing? Not bad, not bad. Just looking at this market of no movement. That's funny because it's like 100 pip range, but 85 pips.
Like that. Yeah. I'm waiting for something. A little bit of something to occur.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for
Today might be a no trades type of day, but it's early. So who knows?
yeah, we'll see what happens here. Typically, like, well, I mean, there was like a decent move Asian session. I think this was like 7 p.m. last night Eastern time when this candle closed above here, and I was looking at this. This was pretty solid move here, but after that it's just been ranging. So I think since it's been ranging all through London, we should see a break here at New York with GJ.
Maybe around 8:30ish.
Yeah. Yeah.
You worked out this morning?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I get up at 4 a.m. pretty much every day, get the workout in, and try and get on the charts by 6:30. But my mom was calling me this morning, and I was like, yeah, why the hell is my mom calling me at 6 a.m.? But but yeah, so I talked to her for like an hour, but which it worked out perfect because there was nothing going on. If there was something going on, I was gonna be like, yo, mom, I gotta go, peace. But
no, I totally get that. I always admire people that can get up early to work out at 4 a.m. and stuff like that. The earliest I could ever do is like 7, maybe 6ish. I always feel like that's another level of discipline.
yeah.
It's even more discipline when you do it before like you go to like a 9 to 5 job in a sense.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, you gotta have like a little bit of motivation to get your ass up. You know what I mean?
What time do you go to bed, Mike?
That's funny. People always ask me that. It depends. I mean, I think last night I was sleeping probably 9:30, 10 o'clock, something like that. But it depends. I mean, like I'll have those days where, I'll stay up until midnight, 1 o'clock. I'll be out at the bar, with my friends or something, and I'll still get up. I'll still try and get up at 4 a.m. at least get the workout in. And usually if I'm feeling like really beat, I'll just go back to sleep after I work out. But I also like another problem is like I live in the southeast here, coastal Georgia. It's super fucking humid. It's super hot, and I have an outdoor like gym set up. It's like in my carport. Like we have a gym on the island, but it's pretty shitty. And I got kicked out of it. That's a whole nother story, but but yeah, so like in the summertime, man, like once the sun comes up, I mean, like you're fucking dying out there. So that's what really pushed me to start doing the early workouts was just the fact that like I was trying to get it completed before the sun started coming up, and it was getting hot as shit, so that's where it kind of came from. But it also works out because I feel like I'm a lot more like clear-minded, clear-headed coming into the charts,
Sure. Yeah. I prefer training in the mornings if you can, but being in the UK, I try to get to the charts, kind of 6:30 in the morning, so I'd have to get up extra early, kind of similar to you. I train at 4:30, so maybe 5, 6, but I think like Nadon said, man, that's too early for me.
Yeah.
So I think 5:30 in the morning is my earliest I could probably get up and then train. But I now train in the afternoon, about sort of 6 o'clock.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, it's funny because I mean, I definitely get both sides. Like I was watching an interview like a couple of years ago, is with Wiz Khalifa, and he was talking about like his come up in rap and stuff like that, and kind of his journey, and he was like, you know, what's crazy is like. I had my biggest like transformations in my life, like success wise, not just like financially in the rap industry, but like mentally and physically, stuff like that, relationships, stuff like that, when I started waking up early. And he was like, he basically like summarized it up as like, I used to think like staying up late was like some pimp shit until I realized waking up early is what the real G's do, you know. And I was like, damn, you know, that hits different. You know, it's a whole different type of motivation. But yeah, I can't remember what he was, what interview that was. It was like
Yeah,
it was like the Breakfast Club or something like that.
yeah. And then like ever since then, like he kind of changed in terms of like who he is and like how he can like carries himself now. It's a
Yeah,
huge difference.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, he's a totally different guy than like, you know, when I first started following him in high school and he first started getting big. You know, like I remember like his his first music videos would have like a Dodge Challenger in it, you know, and they were like flexing on that, you know. But yeah, no, he's like completely different. Like you can tell like especially with his son and stuff, you know, you can tell a lot of that has a lot of influence on his life now, but positive
Yeah,
influence.
that's,
Rightfully so though.
what'd you say?
I said rightfully so though.
Yeah.
Come on, man. We need some movement here. Gold got a little bit of action. Jake,
That's where I caught it.
oh yeah, yeah, that's right. I was just about to ask you if it was gold that you were
Yeah,
trading.
so on the 30-minute, after that first bullish candle,
Right here.
do it. No, yeah, so it came up there, and then I took the sell as it broke the high of that, and then got about 12 pips, and then it retraced back. But I wish I kind of held it because it went all the way up to that zone to retest the resistance up there.
Yeah, yeah, that would have been yeah, 37 pips or so.
But yeah, I got the 10, 12 pips and stop loss at break even. So you know that's the plan. So I can't get too annoyed.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's one thing. Like when I first started following Raja, he was really strict about that. Like 10 pips, he wouldn't even let a runner go. Like he would just close everything out. But now, like you can tell, he's a little bit more confident in like how the market moves, where zones are. So I think it's just one of those things. Like, you know, over time, like you'll start to get more confident in the trade that you're taking, and you'll start to hold things, you know. But that's like how I am too. I'm just like, I've had way too many situations where price goes, you know, 10, 15, 20 pips in profit, and then comes back to my entry and I'm like, fuck, why didn't I secure, you know, like why did I not do that? But
Yeah, or even leave the stop loss below the last candle as well. But then I feel I don't want to take a losing position on that trade having already won. If that makes sense.
yeah.
But a lot of times if I'd left the stop loss where it was, I might have come into drawdown after I'd already secured some profit, but the next few candles might have then popped back up into profit and gone to full TP. But yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, for sure. Discipline for sure. Like, I've had a bunch of, cause like another one of my kind of rules that's in my trading plan is, at 8 pips, you know, I have like the auto break even trigger. So, you know, it'll put my stop loss at entry at 8 pips, but it doesn't secure until 10 pips. But I've had a lot of situations where it'll go into 8 pips and then it'll reject and it'll, you know, come down against me, you know, or go up against me, whatever direction I'm trading in. But then I've also had a lot of situations where it'll go up 8 pips, you know, and then it'll reject back to entry, stop me out, and then it'll launch like 40 pips, you know, and I'm like, fuck, you know. But so it's like, it's kind of weird, you know, like, yeah, you have a lot of those like situations where you feel like you're like strangling the trade, you know, but at the same time, you know, I feel like that's why you just got to develop a plan that you're comfortable with and just rock with it, and, you know, make adjustments as necessary as time goes on, you know.
Definitely.
But yeah, I've had a lot of that happen, like just a lot of things where I'm just like, damn, you know. Come on.
It's kind of like I was watching Raja the other day, and he said, you know, first thing you've got to do when you're trading is stop the bleeding. So
Yep.
I think that's a good way of doing it, isn't it? So as soon as you get into 8-pip profit, you know, you set your stop loss into break even. So at least you know you're not going to lose that trade, and then you can kind of relax a little bit. But there is always that frustration if it comes back, stops you out, which certainly players like Gold and GJ do quite a lot. They're always retesting the levels, aren't they? Going down, going up, and yeah, it can get quite frustrating. But if you can stop that bleeding first, then you can focus on profitability after, which is kind of what I'm trying to do, is really manage the risk and lower those losses. So take risk off the table as soon as I can.
Yeah, for sure. No, and I mean, I feel like, I mean, exactly to your point, like, that's, like, making a profit trading Forex isn't hard, you know, like, anybody that is capable of doing that, you know, no matter what the skill set is. You could be brand new. I mean, like, when I first started trading Forex, like, I would literally just look at the chart and be like, all right, buy, you know, and then just, all right, it's rejecting, all right, sell, you know, like, you know, and I would just, like, you know, I mean, I legit, like, my business partner, he made 10 grand in a day doing that. Like, we were just straight dumbasses. They had no idea what we were doing, but then, like, lost it all, like, within an hour that same day. And so basically what I'm saying is like, you know, it's not hard to make a profit. Anybody is capable of doing that. It's like to have the psychology to know, like, okay, cool, this is going against me. I need to stop the bleeding, you know, I need to get the hell out. But no, a couple of different things that I do, like, you know, if price starts to go bullish, or like, say, for example, I'm in a buys, it starts to go bullish, and, you know, it goes 5 pips in profit or so, and it'll start to come back down to my entry. Typically what I'll do is, like, I'll just close 50%, so that way I'm removing risk off the table, but I can still let it run, and, you know, manage stop loss that way. But little things like that, I mean, at the end of the day, like, the goal is just to have your losses less than your wins. You know, if you can do that, then game over. You know, you can trade for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Just protect the capital, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I always say too, you know, like, a lot of people will trade demo for a long time until they think like they're profitable, and I did that too. But I'm just like, man, like, you gotta, like, at least, like, you know, throw $50 in and just take like 0.02s, you know, something like that. You know, $100 in, like, that psychology of, like, losing money is definitely, like, a lot different between trading like a demo and a live account.
Yeah, for sure. I was taught that years ago, because I got into trading years and years ago, and I used to trade a lot differently, using kind of trend lines, Fibonacci's, support, resistance, and look for confluences, you know, where you've maybe got like a cross of a Fibonacci, and that worked for a little while. But the guy that taught me that said, and I was trading on demo, he was like, get rid of the demo straight away. He was like, just trade even if it's £100 or $100, you know, because you're right, that psychology is so different when you're seeing it go into the drawdown and it's your money, whereas demo money, you just think, do you know what, I just hold this until it goes up again.
Yeah.
When it's your own money, again, actually, I'm going to close.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. No, that's totally true. Might just be one of those character building days. Well, who knows? We could just see a huge move here in no time. Gotta love it.
In a couple minutes. So yeah, quite doable. It's an orange folder, which I don't really look at orange and red folders, especially when you're trading the intraday time frames, because those could have certain movements sometimes.
Yeah, red for sure.
The yellow ones don't mean nothing to me.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I don't know what this is here. Yeah, and it honestly makes sense because we've seen so much movement, the last week or so. It definitely makes sense for a market to range for a little bit. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it ranged for like an entire session, an entire day. This person on YouTube, help me. I am sell GBGJ, close hold. I am open sell. Yeah, close that shit. The hell you in sells for?
Watch the market tanks.
Right. It's in sells for 155.
This is mine.
Yeah.
That's his fault. That's his problem. Why would you listen to somebody else?
Yeah, he says he's in sells 155.987, so like right there. Yeah, I wouldn't. It's just a ranging market right here. If you're gonna leave that open, then just set stop loss above this, and if it takes you out, it takes you out. But this ranging market doesn't make any sense to be in sells. Even if it does play out, I would say that's a dumbass trade. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's another thing that I had to accept too, is like, even though my trade's profitable, doesn't make it that it's a good trade. Yeah, exactly.
That occurs so much.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to realize that myself. Like, bro, your trade is profitable, but it's trash.
Yeah.
I had so many of those. When you review it and you think, I made money, but it's dog shit.
Yeah.
There's no consistency behind it. When you consistently do something, you know that, like, even on a red day or on a losing streak, you pull money out the markets like it's nothing. And
yeah.
Shit starts to be crazy. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, Mike.
No, you're good. You're good. Say whatever you want. We got freedom of speech on this channel.
Solid.
No feelings will be hurt.
You never know. Some people listening.
Be like, how dare they?
Do you only trade GJ, Mike, or do you like do gold sometimes too?
Nah, I was trading gold for a little bit, but I caught myself in a couple of situations where I was like taking moves on gold that I lost or didn't make the most sense, and there was like a crystal clear move that I would have been really confident in at GJ at the same time. So I was just like, I can make what I want to make through GJ. I don't really need to focus on other pairs, but yeah, I don't know if you can see this here, but I have this little reminder on on my gold chart. You don't trade this pair. But yeah, so I just trade GJ.
Yeah, it do be like that sometimes. Like, you get really confident with one pair, and this occurs at the beginning. You get really confident with one pair, and like sometimes you're like, I could probably use a second pair because this one pair isn't doing anything. So yeah, I get that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and I'm.
Way with Nasdaq, EU is like the main pair that I trade, but every once in a while I'll tiptoe into Nasdaq category, and it can either be a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I like, if you think about like any of the like really successful traders out there, like the Q banks, the Raja banks, like all of those guys, like they pretty much like just focus on one pair. Even like the guys that I know that have like for example, like QB Stu. I'm not sure if you know him, but yeah, he's one of my good buddies too. He's like in the same boat, and he learned from Q banks. A lot of those dudes, they just focus on one pair. It's not all the same pair, like they all trade like their own things that they're interested in, but But yeah, I think that's like really important because you start to realize like how it moves, where it moves, when it moves, things like that, you know. And I feel like
You gotta.
that's why I got really confident in GJ just watching it for so long.
No, I get that and I respect it. I had a um, I had a friend of mine who his pair was GBPAUD, which was like really crazy because I'm like, yo, nobody trades that pair. The
Yeah.
spreads are absolutely crazy, but it works ever so well for him, and he kills it and he murders it consistently. I'm like, yo, that's pretty awesome. And he's the person that really got me into him and like my friend. They're the people that got me into trading like one pair. And ever since then, it's been kind of butter. And the beautiful thing, like people, like new people coming new into trading, they'll be like, "How can you trade one pair?" Like stock traders don't trade one thing. Well, the difference between stocks and forex is like they move very differently, different asset classes. And I know some people who only trade Tesla, because that has the power and moves a lot. But yeah, with one pair you can find a lot, and the best thing about it is you lose you already like get rid of 50% of your losses.
Yeah.
If you're trying to cut, like I know the other guy was saying he wanted to stop the bleeding. If you're trying to really stop the bleeding, cut down even half of it. If you're looking at 10, cut down half to 5. You stop 50% of your losses and 50% of your wins. More than likely, probably your losses because you're trading multiple pairs and you're more likely to get into like a plethora of different things just cause, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. No, 100%. Um no, I mean like that's like one of the biggest things I always tell myself is if you're ever like getting uncomfortable, just close 50%, you know, reduce some risk and or close the full thing, you know, whatever happens, but you know, kind of to your point, you got to remove yourself from the outcome, you know, and a lot of times it's like you're trying to chase money and that's terrible mindset to be in when it comes to being on the charts, man. The charts will wreck you.
He gets it.
Let's see. Justin, thanks for the love over there on the YouTube. Keeping this dude in check in the chat.
Justin is very right.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
Smart guy there.
one of the
Smart guy with some wisdom there.
facts. The crazy thing is, people don't understand. You wait more than you trade.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like when you really think about it, trading shit is just really. It's the most. It's probably one of the most boring and also hardest ways to make money. Hard because like we're so wired to feel like in order to make money, we always have to be doing something. So like we're always constantly like looking for a trade versus like just waiting patiently and letting it come to us.
Yeah, 100%, man. I mean, if you think about like, you know, we're wired to have like that hustler's mindset. Like if I'm not working, then I'm not making money, you know, but like trading is the exact opposite. You know, like the more time you put into it, usually the more that you're going to fail, you know, like not necessarily like putting time into studying charts and stuff like that, but more time into like just trading itself, you know. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're exactly right.
yeah, and like the whole concept of trading is not really all that interesting. Like to be honest, once you get your entry, you put in your lot size, your stop loss, your risk parameters, all that stuff. You click buy or sell, and that's it. That's all the action you get. Literally takes 30 seconds to a minute to do all of that. That's all your action, and You just kind of wait for everything else to happen once again. So yeah, it's literally just the longest waiting game one ever.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I've had a lot of times where I've sat and looked at the charts for 3 hours and never taken a trade and just log off and come back the next day. Today might be one of those days.
Like that. And honestly, I get really proud of myself on those days just because like it's hard. Those days are hard, you know? Because like we always want to be in a trade and we always want to make money, etc., etc. But like the days where like you can comfortably like um not trade and like you've looked at the charts, you've looked for a stuff, but you can't find it, and you just leave it. Like those are really good days. Those are showing that you can be a good trader in the long run. Because I think it's more important to know when not to trade versus when to trade. Because everybody knows when to trade. You know, once you learn strategy, you know when to trade. But knowing when not to trade, that's the hardest part.
Yeah, 100%. Discipline is definitely key. And that's like Raja always says, like he always talks about like just the days where like you sit and you stare at the charts for 3 hours, whatever the time is, and you just log out and move on. Like those are character building days, like just like you said, like those are like proving the concept. Like you have the mindset, to weather the bad days. Man, I would really love to see a break and close above this zone.
Not to be the down guy here, but I don't know if they're gonna. It should happen soon. 9 times out of 10, that stuff typically happens like when you least expect it. Sometimes. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. The
Like most.
my bad. Go ahead.
Mhm.
Didn't mean to cut you off.
No, no, you go, you go.
No, I was just gonna say it's like there, like usually when this happens, you'll see a break and that bitch will just keep running. You'll never have like a confirmation to enter. You're just like, ah, man. But yeah, I mean, it could not go. I mean, you're exactly right. Like a lot of times when you see movement, like where the market's like super volatile, sometimes we can consolidate for multiple days. So it's definitely not out of the ordinary to have like a consolidation through this session today. I wouldn't be surprised.
EU is playing. Nasdaq is playing around. Nothing's clear. It's like big time frame is bullish, medium time frame is bearish, and it's like, ugh.
Were you looking at EU? You said.
Yeah, mostly EU.
Yeah, gold looks like it's gonna make a
Pop
little
up right
run
now.
right here.
Yeah, EU's looking like it's making it. Yeah, that looks like it's gonna make a nice little run. It's crazy. I used to somewhat trade close to this when I first started, but it would be more so like a support and resistance type.
Yeah, yeah. Pretty much what I look for is just zone to zone. So
Yeah, I
like
used
I'll
to do
I'll look
that
at the
when I
most recent zones and go from there.
yeah, I used to do that when I first started, but like I would hold on, I'm taking a trade real quick. But yeah, I would do that when I first started, and it would be I would be on the daily time frame.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, typically what I'll do, so like for example, GJ, like the daily is bullish. Obviously the overall like trend is bearish, but the current candle is bullish. And you can see like it's clearly made it a lower wick and it's continuing bullish. And then just based on candle sizes, this is what I was like talking to Jake about when I first opened up the stream. Based on candle sizes here, we see small, big, 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 small. So it's kind of leading towards like a turn in the market there. And then so if we look at 4 hour, same type of thing where we had this low created, it created a resistance to go retest that low, but it didn't make it, so it's continued up, but it's starting to consolidate, so it could just be like a small daily candle for today, for tomorrow to be a big daily move to the upside. But yeah, so typically like what I'll look for is to trade in the direction of the daily and 4 hour candles, the current ones.
I get that.
Just because, to me, that's like you're trading with the current intraday trend,
Yeah, I get that.
But yeah, gold, I would probably look for a break and close above 1640, 473 or so. But it looks like if this candle can close decent there, you got a nice range on gold.
Give me 1 second. Notes. A lot of weird volume in the markets at the moment.
Yeah, I feel like there's just a lot of shit going on in the world.
Like so much what's it called? So much what's that thing called? Fundamentals.
Yeah. Yep. A lot of uncertainty.
Yeah.
Oh, there's CPI on Friday. That'll be fun.
That comes out on Friday?
Yo. Actual greater than forecast is good.
Might close this trade. Let's see what it does. Okay. I am going to get into a trade on NASDAQ here. Just trying to secure break even soon, hopefully. Do something.
We got a little weather coming in the area.
Yeah, are you gonna get hit by Ian a little bit or no?
Should be fine. I hope.
Yeah, I hope so too, man.
Yeah, it should be pretty fine, I think. Usually, like in the past, like when they've come up on the Gulf side, we're usually fine.
Okay.
It's only when it comes
You guys worry
across the
about hurricane
Atlantic.
season or no?
Say what?
You guys worry about that stuff or is that not for y'all? Or
No, hell yeah. No, I mean this place will go underwater, the whole island.
LOL.
Yeah, we in 2018, I think 2018 was like the last scare that we had. But yeah, that thing was like coming across the dam, the Atlantic, just like direct hit for like Savannah, and just like at the last second kind of died off and moved off track a little bit, and we dodged a bullet. But yeah, like my house is on the ground too. It's not off the ground, so yeah, we definitely have to worry about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come home to a damn lake, man. Just like 2 weeks ago or whenever, like we had a shit ton of rain. My whole backyard was like underwater. I was like, what the fuck? I just woke up and it was all underwater. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, that would suck for real.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
Got 1 more minute left in this candle.
But yeah, I think it was like Hurricane Dorian and Matthew. I think like 2017, 2016, something like that. Those two like wiped the island out.
Got you.
But I didn't live here at that time.
Okay. Oof. Just got taken out.
What a Nas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen.
Yeah. That occurs. It's my fault. I got too comfortable looking at something that I shouldn't have. It's okay. I got one more trade in me for the day, and then I'm done. If that one loses, we're done.
Yeah, that's another thing. Since I've been really disciplined about one trade per day, I've been like, a lot of times I've realized it's good because I'll only look for like setups that I'm really confident in. But yeah, I'm really hoping that this thing will make a nice little push here. It's broken the highs just barely on the last two 30-minute candles. Current one and the last one. So we make a little push here and close above, man. That will make my day. The worst is when it closes above and then it does a fake out back into the range. And you're like, oh, nice. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for giving me blue balls.
Literally a finesse.
But yeah, we're getting a nice little push here. Gotta wait until the candle closes. We'll see what happens. Oh dang, well Justin here in the YouTube said that he's in Puerto Rico. Damn, I think they just got clobbered. I think that was last week they were getting clobbered.
Hope he's okay. let's try this. No, why would I try this again?
Oh dang, gold. Gold had that rejection ranging as well.
What time is it? Oh, I got time.
Man, these people on Twitter are fucking hilarious.
Dude, I had to get away from Twitter.
And these people like just tripping out on Raja and stuff, and like it's hilarious. Like just trying to argue.
Toxic. Not even low key. It does become toxic, and I'm just like, yo, this is not what I came here for.
Yeah, yeah, like it's insane. Like that they're like what I don't get is like like my business is in the marketing space, like. And so that makes sense, you're competing with market share, like you're competing with other people in the marketing space to get clients, like you're taking clients from people, et cetera, et cetera. It's like you're fighting each other, in trading. Like I don't give a fuck if you take a losing trade or a winning trade. I don't care. Like all I care about is my trades, and like it doesn't benefit you and it doesn't hurt you, it doesn't, like if you take a loss, I don't take a loss, like I don't get it, I don't understand where the beef comes from, like. And like there's another thing is like there's not one, like they're basically all arguing about like who's the better trader, your strategy doesn't make sense, mine does, it's like, dude, who cares? Like if you profit off of something, amazing, dude, like keep crushing it. If it doesn't work for me, I don't care, I'm not gonna knock you for it. That doesn't mean we can't be friends. Like what the fuck.
A lot of weird people, to be honest.
Yeah, and I'm like, these are grown men. I'm like, what the fuck, dude.
Bro, that literally at times is like the funniest thing about it. We're all grown ass adults. We argue about the same thing almost like every single day.
Legit.
You think like, yo, the markets are hard enough. Like, maybe I should not, be arguing or fighting.
It's insane.
The markets gives enough stress.
Yeah, it's insane.
Very.
Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta run to the bathroom before this candle closes. Take a leak real quick. No, man, this is the exact thing I didn't want to see.
I was focused on my trade. Back in the range.
Yeah, it's like
Oh damn.
rejected.
I took another short on NAS. I took 85% off. Just secured me a little bit under. After I took my first full loss, just secured me a little bit under like a 0.25% loss for the day at the moment.
Hell yeah,
Cool.
not bad.
Yeah.
Get some back.
Partials, but it was like a lot of demand in the area, so I was just like, let me secure something in a sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Now I kind of wish that I didn't, because now price is like fully gone. What did I secure? 85. I secured 85 at a 1.13 RR, and I have a small little runner. Would be cool if the market just tanks with my runner.
Yeah, you might see that at NYSE Open.
Yeah, I got like 30 minutes. If we clear some more of these demand levels, because I have my targets. If we clear some more of these demand levels, I'll continue to hold some more.
Yeah, this on GJ is messy.
Very. I'll be right back. I gotta go do something real quick.
Yes, sir. Got the 4-hour closing, week bearish. Johan from YouTube, what's up? Make sure you hit that like button, Johan. Give me a subscribe. You looking at any trades? Do you trade? said 1.2% loss today. That's not too bad. As long as that was less than you were planning on losing. Word, welcome to the group. Thanks for popping in. Johan, you waiting for this level to be broken right here? 155.764 area? Or are you waiting for this one? So I was kind of looking at this right here, especially on a 15-minute. If you look at the 15-minute, it looks a little bit better. We got a couple of wicks here, a couple of rejections to be cautious about, but down to here I think is 20-something pips. So I was kind of looking at that. On the 30-minute, that makes a little bit of sense too, because we have this clean candle right here. You know, those rejections appear, but this clean candle right here that comes down. But the only reason that I'm a little wishy-washy about that is because of this. You know, this range in the past here. So, you know, with that said, with this being here, we can anticipate that the same thing might happen if price comes back into here. Whereas if we look below this resistance zone, this is clean candles. You know, we have a little rejection in the past, clean candle, rejection in the past, clean candles. So not much, you know, similar of this ranging pattern. So that's why I think sells below here are going to be a little bit better than below here. But based on the 4-hour, you know, if we break this low here, we could probably anticipate this to continue down. But at the same time, if it comes down to create a lower wick, comes up, breaks a high here, we can anticipate this to keep going bullish. So this weak bearish candle on the 4-hour, you know, just shows, in my opinion, a weak resistance on the 4-hour. And then obviously everything else, all of these rejections, stuff like that, it's looking that like sells are going to start to take over. But, you know, the higher time frames don't really confirm that, which kind of supports why we're in this range, to be honest, in my opinion. Yeah, this gold right here doesn't look too bad. If it breaks a low, you know, 19, 20 pips down to retest this resistance down here, or I mean this support down here. But, oops, I don't trade gold, so. But yeah, GJ looks like it might start making a move down.
Jose. Man, that's a beautiful thing. Be done before 9 a.m.
Say what?
I'm done for the day. It's a beautiful thing to be finished before 9 a.m.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because I got the whole day to myself.
Hell yeah, for sure. No, man, that's what I'm saying. It's the best thing. Best skill set to learn, man.
Yeah, definitely. I think I got slipped on one of my positions a little bit. Yeah, looks like I did.
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to be a no trade day for me.
That's good. That's the cons of what's that thing called? Of trading indices or just pairs that move extremely quick.
Yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I seen somebody get slipped like 100 pips the other day, last week, or maybe it was a week before, like when GBP rates came in. I was like, oh shit, man.
There are some slips that are. I mean, but the thing is, I've been slipped really bad before, where I've lost damn near. So it was on AUD USD trade, and it was during Asia session. AUD cash rates was gonna come out, or some rate was gonna come out. It's a red folder news that was gonna come out, and my trade was 3% in profit. I was going for 5% gain. I should have closed it. Actually, I wasn't even aware of the news, to be honest. But I should have closed it at 3% gain because, like, that's a hell of a good day in all honesty. But yeah, and my stop loss was already break even in profit, and the rates came out, and I'm sorry, excuse me. And not only did price go against me, it took me out, and it hit my stop loss, but I was slipped so bad I ended up losing 3%.
Oh damn.
So basically, all in total, I lost 6% on that trade if you count what was floating.
Yeah, that's a bitch.
Yeah, all the way. Did I say this? Trying to close this MT4 down.
Yeah, I try to stay away from news events, but I've started to realize like some patterns with it, so I might start taking like a small position on them. Cause shit, man, last week, man, Raja, or I think it might have been GBP rates. It was either GBP rates or FOMC, but he made 300 grand literally in like a fucking second, dude. I was like, oh my god.
And that's the craziest thing about it. And people still tell me that trading isn't real.
Yeah.
People still want to tell me trading is not real.
Yeah, I can't remember when it was. I think it was. The hell?
I know one of them. He put on and you know what? That's something that I want to do one day, and I hope to get to one day, where I can. He literally put a position on before a flight to Dubai, and he was like, "We'll see what happens when I land."
Yeah.
This man landed to like a 100K. No, not a 100K. Yeah, a 100K gain. This is like when he first started that challenge.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, he's pretty savage with it.
I respect it.
I can't remember when that was. I thought it was, maybe it was FOMC here. 21st, 2 p.m. I remember looking at it though. Like I was watching the charts. Yeah, here it was. It was this right here. It was this right here. Yeah, so what he did was he put a buy, like a buy limit there. And then buy stop, then he put a sell stop. And so what happened, is like the sell stop was activated and then just took a dump, you know. Yeah, I think it was like, oh no, that I don't think that was it. I have it in my notes. It might have been GBP because it was like one of those ones where it dropped 300 pips. Actually, no, it was this right here. Yeah, because this was GBP rates on Friday last week. But yeah, it was this right here.
That's still fucking savagery.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was like literally a minute. You know, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I just watched that.
Yeah, I get that.
Because it, like, I didn't take an entry, you know, I didn't want to, I'd already had a profit that day, so I didn't want to risk anything, because I've seen them take like a 30 grand loss on news before too, and I'm like, damn.
That will do that too. I mean,
that'll ruin a day.
Raj is at a point in his trading career where doing stuff like that doesn't why didn't you tap here? Doing stuff like that does not hurt him.
Oh yeah.
Anymore in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 30 grand was like a 1% loss for him, I think.
Yeah, and also like he's at this place in his career where like he doesn't have to necessarily like trade for like to make like just like start off and kickstart his career type thing, because you know like a lot of us, like when we trade, it's like we're trading to make money, you know, make our first 10K, make our first 100K in a sense. He's already done that, made his first million and everything. He's already done that. So like the stuff that he just does, I feel like it's just like a job, and he's just like doing side missions, if that makes any sense, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, he's definitely at a different level with it. It's pretty wild.
Most definitely. And that's pretty dope. I respect it.
Yeah, it's cool to see for sure. It's one of those things like if he can do it, then why can't we, you know?
Oh yeah, that's the thing that I always tell people day in and day out. Oh, very upset. Even though today was like a small, slightly lost day, my overall performance was not that great. I can honestly attest and say that. And it's not like, even if I had, it wasn't that great. But mostly because like I broke one of my rules. Like I don't have any like taking partials in my set, and like my game plan. I took partials. So like yeah. But I had to get out my trade just because I realized when I take partials, I try to go for like the jugular, just to like make up what I would have had when I took partials, and I'm just like, no, that's not a good habit to have.
Yeah, get to like a break even standpoint.
Yeah.
Oh dang, here we go, GJ. We're starting to make a little push to the downside, huh?
Are you getting some action?
It's moving a little bit. Haven't taken any entries though.
Okay, that's good.
Oh man, it might just fucking push without me though. But it's good to see the movement, man. Jesus. Break out of that range at least. At least this one range. You're still kind of in another one down here, but
Right.
at least push out of that one. And this is the 4 hour too. If the 4 hour, 4 hour low was broken in the previous candle, yeah, we should be good to take some sells here. Daily's still bullish, but whatever.
NYSE is coming in a minute.
Yes, sir. Oh man, it's getting some volume in it.
Did I even make 1% on this trade? I made 0.78. Not bad. Let me go ahead and delete this one. On my other trade, I ended up losing 1.14%. Yeah, that slippage was bad. Watch how the runner that I ended up taking out ends up like going crazy. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Consistently. And it's mad annoying. Okay. Okay, I made almost 1% on this trade. I lost 1.7. Yeah. Kind of wish I just stuck to that 1 to 2. But it's alright. It's okay. It's alright. Yeah, not surprised here. Alright, I'm about to hop off. I'm gonna come back later and finish my journal. Just gonna like get some rest and recuperate myself and then hit the gym.
Word, sounds good, man.
I'll have a good one.
You too, man. Catch up later on.